Viewer discretion is advised. The following content includes graphic imagery and mature themes.
This isn't for the weak. And yes, feelings will get hurt. So brace yourself and welcome to the Hammer Drops. Hey, welcome to another episode, folks. As you can see, some stuff is a little bit different now. Just, trying to make it a little bit fucking more modern, I guess, I mean, hey, it was great for so long just having some fucking the black and the curtains back there and, just some stupid shit. But I figure I want to give you guys something to look at and something that reflects who the fuck I am. I mean, as you can see, by everything that I have a very Nordic influence, if you want to call it that. Sorry. Um, because I'm Scandinavian by heritage and, Irish. So, and I take this shit very seriously, which you'll find out on the next episode that I do with Savagely Loud, where we talk about all of that stuff. So, that episode you're going to want to have to check out over there at Savagely Loud first, and then come back over here, obviously, and come check it out over here. But before we get into the nitty gritty today, let's self-promotion time, folks. All right. So we are all over social media. I'm heavily active on Instagram and Facebook at the Hammer Drops. So definitely go over there and check us out. Check me out. And when you're there, make sure to follow, leave a review, because those things are going to help break those algorithms. As much as it seems really minor, it's actually kind of major, because that kind of shit just holds people like myself back from getting out to more people. So definitely go over there, share, all that fun stuff. You can catch our podcast on every podcast platform available, and also on YouTube. While you're over there on Instagram and Facebook, you can click up in the bio. There's a link tree that's going to take you to everywhere that we are available, from Spotify to Apple. You can also visit us over there at thehammerdrops.com, and it has all this information there too, as well as some other stuff like the blogs that I do. So definitely go check that out, and don't forget to share, leave a review anywhere you watch or listen to this episode. Now that we've done the self-promotion and it's out of the fucking way, as you can see behind me, it's a little bit of updates, like I was explaining in the beginning, as a reflection of who I am. So that one episode that I did this with Cliff should be released possibly Thursday. I will let you guys know for sure. A lot of stuff's in the works. My mind goes a million miles a minute, as you can tell. I'm kind of all over the place. But right now, what I want to talk about is we all have heard what has happened over there in Texas with the gentleman having the police, and I believe it's some federal agents that came over there over a post that was made on Twitter. And this post that was on Twitter, which is really weird because it went against Israel. And this should raise the alarm for every single fucking American out there right now. For all you that think that this stuff isn't going on, that this won't happen here in the States, you guys must be deaf, dumb, and blind not to believe that, because it's been happening, and I'll explain that. But if you look at other countries that this has been happening to, like over there in the UK, up in Canada, when things happen in those countries, it's just see how it goes, and then as soon as it happens, America's going to adopt it, and that's kind of what's happening right now. And I'm not for that at all. I believe in our First Amendment rights, freedom of speech, and you know what? I don't care if you like or dislike Israel. If you want to make, if you have a post that you want to do, especially on fucking, Twitter, it's like, come on. That's your freedom of speech. You should be allowed to express yourself on however you want to. And nobody should, at no way, shape, and form, should the police come to your door and knock on it and, not threatened to arrest, thank God. I mean, that's happening over in the UK where people are getting arrested over posts, and in Canada. It hasn't happened here yet from what I know of right now, but it almost seems like we're knocking on the door of that. And when people are protesting other bullshit, it blows my mind because that's the type of things that you should be out there protesting against. That right there is, you know, borderline almost fucking dictatorship. I didn't vote for that. And I know other Americans, the other 60, 70 million Americans that voted for Trump didn't vote for shit like that. We should all be allowed to express ourselves freely without the persecution or worry about being arrested for. I mean, hell, that's what America was founded on, right? I mean, come on. So now we have to worry about that. And for those of you that think that we haven't been having to worry about that, let's roll it back to 2020, 2019 during the COVID era. When that was going on, we were all told to stay in our homes, wear a mask, have to stay 6 feet away from each other. Um, you can't leave your home, and if you do, you go out on a beach, you're being arrested, and people were arrested at that time for going out on the beach when they're the only fucking people there. So that was the test run, folks, and y'all fucking fell for it. And here we are right back in that fucking cycle to where you're going to fall for it again. And you're not doing nothing about it. You know, people like myself can only do so much to bring attention to these issues. It takes everybody to stand together to actually accomplish something. And if this type of thing bothers you, it should. It really should. And I don't care if you voted for Trump. Number one, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you voted for Kamala Harris. This is a sticking point that we all should be rallying behind each other on. We should not allow something like this to happen. And I don't, and see, this is why I don't support politicians. I vote on whoever I think is going to be the best person for the job, whoever's going to make our country as good as it can be without people suffering, you know. And that's why I voted the way I did, because that's what I thought was going to happen. And this isn't buyer's remorse. It isn't, because there are things that he is doing that I do agree with and I do like. But there are things that I don't, especially this. Listen, I don't like Israel. I don't. I think they are just pure fucking evil. Okay. And, but the caveat to that is I don't like Palestine. I don't like Gaza. I don't like the Middle East in fucking general. Okay. Let's just be fucking honest. I don't think we have any business over there. I think we need to pull out and let them fucking figure out their shit themselves. But of course, and this is one of the sticking points that it, oh, I believe our fucking government has sold us out to Israel, plain and simple. I mean, Israel now is going to have control of TikTok. What do you think is going to happen there especially for those people that are all about Palestine and free Palestine and all that shit? You think you're going to see those videos anymore? Probably not. Do you think you're going to be heavily censored over there on TikTok? Probably yes. And that is because, remember, the prime minister Netanyahu, or whatever the fuck his name is, he said that basically he mentioned something about TikTok in one of his speeches and how TikTok was ruining them. So now that you know what I'm saying, you see where I'm going with this now, and that's why there's going to be censorship over there. That's why the algorithm is going to be so fucked up over on TikTok. I have TikTok for this show that I do post to. And I've seen the algorithms not really working in the behalf of anti-Israel. I've seen that algorithm and how it quiets certain things. So it's only going to get worse. And I'm sure, I'm sure, because I said something about Israel here. I wouldn't be surprised once this show goes live. They're going to dean me and they're going to be, oh, let's go pay him a visit. Well, if you solicit at my house, I'm going to tell you go fuck yourself. If you come to my house over whatever I have to say, I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself. I'm going to continue doing what I'm fucking doing. And all you're going to do is make me want to do it even more. I won't stop. I have a mic. I have the right as an American citizen to speak my mind. And I will not let you or anybody else take that away. So now that you know that, hopefully I don't see you soon, but I'm sure I probably fucking will. you know, who would have thought, right? So pay close attention to that, folks. I'm sure we're going to probably be seeing more of that. Possibly, it's not really going to be in the news cycle because if you try to look it up, they have buried it. Like you have to look for this fucking video to actually see what's going on. They have buried this story so fucking far, it's not even funny. So there you go. Then I just got to shake my head here for a second because I don't understand. New York, what the fuck are you guys doing? You guys are about to elect Ma'am Downey, who is, I'm sorry, a fucking Muslim that, he's a socialist, he's a Marxist, he's a fucking communist, and y'all are about to elect him. And why? Well, there's a lot of videos that are out there that have been posted that have asked that very question. And I've watched a bunch of them. And the number one reason why these people are going to vote for this fucking commie? Because they get free stuff. That's why. They're going to get, they feel that they're going to get free housing and free this and free that and boom, 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 boom. And that's why they're going to vote for him. All it's going to do is you're going to vote in a communist. See, here's the fucking problem. He's offering all this stuff for free, right? Well, nothing is free in this country. Nothing is free in life. Let's fucking remember that. Nothing is free. It comes with a consequence. Whether it's going to be higher taxes. Oh, but they're going to tax the rich. No. You better look into the tax law and check that out. Those rich motherfuckers, they some smart motherfuckers, and they know how to get around that type of shit. So when the rich motherfuckers know how to get around that type of shit, what do you think is going to happen? You are going to be taxed even more. You are going to be paying for all that, regardless. So y'all better start waking up real quick. And who you're voting for, do your fucking homework. Because you all are about to elect, again, a commie, a socialist. All because, oh, we're going to get free shit. Look at me. I'm going to get a free house. I'm going to get free health insurance. It's called get a job. You get a job, you can get those things. Wouldn't it be better if you get these things and you actually put forth the work? Wouldn't you feel better about yourself? I know I would. When I buy something, I know I've earned that fucking money to go buy that. And I feel pretty fucking good about doing so. I don't like handouts. I mean, I guess that's just how I was brought up. And for the people that love those handouts, man, your parents really fucked up, didn't they? Because you all got your head so far up your ass and buried in the sand, it's not even funny. Get out there, get a fucking job. Buy the things that you want. Don't depend on your government, because once you depend on your government and you give up your power to government, you will never get it back. And you guys are just so freely just, here, take it, which blows my mind. And you have people like myself that does stuff like this to bring this information to others so others don't make the same fucking mistake. And what, you always got to sit back and be like, man, what the fuck's the point of me doing this? What's the point? If you're all going to keep your heads buried in the sand, well, I should just worry about myself and my family, right? But I can't. I can't just do that. I can't just fucking be laying down. That's not who I am. That's not how I was raised. That's not what's in my fucking blood. So, I mean, at least the positive thing is right now, Mamdani has only got a 6% lead on Como, which, I mean, Como. I mean, what do we got to say about him? But he's the lesser of the two evils. I mean, if the Republican that's running, he has no chance of winning. No chance at all. He's just taking votes away, which is, a typical strategy when it comes to politics is stay in the race as long as you can to take those votes. Well, maybe those 24% of those people that are voting for the Republican candidate might go to Como, the independent candidate, and might actually save you, New York. But I will say this: when you guys do elect Memdani, and he doesn't give you everything that he said for free, and you guys get all bent out of shape, and you guys decide that you want to leave New York because that's gonna happen. It's going to happen. I'm calling it now. It's November 2nd at 3:02 in the afternoon. I'm calling it now. You guys are gonna elect him, and you guys are gonna regret it, and then you guys are gonna want to move somewhere else. Well, do us and the rest of America a favor and stay the fuck out. Go to the desert somewhere. Go to New Mexico, go to Oregon, go wherever else. Just stay out of Republican states, okay? Because we don't need people like you fucking with this mindset coming into our states. And don't even come to Illinois. Heaven forbid you come to fucking Illinois. I mean, Illinois is already in a crapshoot, and we'll get into that here in just a second. But uh, yeah, I don't know, man. You guys just need to really, really pull your head out of your ass. So we're gonna keep track on this one as well. And the funny thing is hold on, before I stop this segment, I got one more fucking thing to say. When Reverend Al Sharpton starts agreeing with somebody and starts to back somebody, that's a bad thing because this motherfucker is a crook. The Reverend Al Sharpton. I'm a reverend. Gives me the right to steal money and not pay taxes and do all that other shit, right? Typical in certain communities. I won't say it. I'll let you guys say it. But he's appearing with Mamdani over there in New York. So good luck, folks. Have fun in New York. On to the next thing. So, what was it on Thursday or Friday morning? Good old Illinois in the wee hours in the morning, of course, passed some new bills. Yeah, let's get into this a little bit. Because it's going to screw the people of Illinois pretty fucking good. You thought the gas tax was bad, right? Now there's going to be a renewing tax, well, not tax, but increase in the tolls. Every year you can count on your tolls going up. And eventually they've been talking about wanting to put a device in people's cars to track the mileage and charge you per mile that you drive in the state of Illinois. You can't make this shit up in a Democrat state. You really can't. I mean, I thought New York was bad. I thought California was fucking a shithole, but fucking hey, you come to Illinois and you get fucked. And they're hoping that all this new revenue that's happening is going to pay. Once again, we're bailing out Chicago and the transit authority out there to go to bail them out. I mean, go figure, because Mayor Johnson over there can't budget his way out of a wet paper bag. I mean, let's be honest. This guy, he's such a race baiter. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. And that's, I think, the only reason why he's in office. Because, I mean, the guy doesn't have a fucking brain to save his life. He cares. Him and JB Pritzker care more about illegals and making sure illegals have free shit than American citizens in their own state, their own city. Let's worry about the illegals, because they need free room and board. They need free food. Oh, yeah. So, Illinois, you guys are going to have a new set of taxes coming up. Enjoy. I live in Illinois, and I sure as fuck ain't going to enjoy that because it's making it one step closer for me wanting to get out of the state. And the problem is that, there's a lot of, and they also fucking ding you when you move. When you sell your house to move, they're going to ding you now. That's another thing that was passed earlier this year that I heard. I don't know. Maybe it's been talked about or passed. I don't know. I'm going to look into that though. But apparently something like that's going on. So, but even now with the housing market the way it is and the skyrocketing, prices of homes, if you own a home in Illinois, you're kind of stuck. I feel like I'm kind of stuck, because you sell your house, yeah, you're going to get top dollar for it. But then you go to buy another house or anything like that, you don't want to rent because you're going to be renting and paying even more. So it's more logical to buy a house. So you sell your house, you get top dollar, then you have to go buy a house and you're going to pay top dollar and you're going to be locked into this fucking outrageous mortgage for the next 30 years that you're not going to see any headway on at all. You're basically going to, oh, WF, own nothing and like it. That's pretty much what it is. So if you're in Illinois, you're kind of stuck. If you're not stuck, I commend you and I advise you to get the fuck out of Illinois because it's only going to get worse very, very quickly, I think. So yeah, that's Illinois. God, I love it. I love it. I love the fact I live here. Says nobody ever. That's why so many people leave. Now that brings me to the EBT. Let's talk about that again. I know I've touched base on this a lot because it's very annoying. The stuff that I see. Now, I'm not against the EBT, and certain people get them. These benefits. Certain people need these benefits. It's those that use these benefits and abuse these benefits that I have a problem with. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people that abuse it. I mean, I saw a video of somebody using the EBT to go purchase a coat at Burlington Coat Factory. That's supposed to be for fucking food, not clothes. And here you are using it for clothes. And of course, it was in the black community that was doing this. Okay. And I am completely 100% against this because there are people that are disabled. There are people that legitimately cannot work that count on these benefits. And you are such a low life form of human that would just abuse the system like this. And those are the people I have a problem with. And it's not just the black community, folks. It is also the white community and the Hispanic community. There are abusers in all of them. And I am so sick of it. And it's funny. I saw some other videos that these guys, oh, I need to get some food for Thanksgiving. And then I'm scratching my head because these are the same fucking people that try to cancel culture when it came to Christopher Columbus. Oh, and Thanksgiving. Remember that, folks? They were such against Thanksgiving because it was because of what happened to the Indians, the Native Americans. They were so against it. But now they're so for it. I'm so confused. Are you for it or are you against it? Because if you're for it only because it benefits you or because you're not going to have something, then that's wrong. If you're still against it for that very principle, then you shouldn't be complaining that you don't have EBT. And a lot of those people that are on EBT, again, more videos that I've seen, these motherfuckers are just going in the stores and loading up with just shit food and just it's like this is how you want to feed your family, like sugary substance. You think you're all good because you got all these bags of chips and just the shit food in your carts. Go buy something good. Feed your kids right. Feed your family right. All this processed shit, I just don't understand. But that's the type of shit they're buying. Got to get that grape cola. I'm just saying. Yeah. As you can see, I'm kind of tired of it. It's getting old, folks. It really is. It's one thing when you need it, and it's another when you're abusing the system. And a lot of these people are just abusing the system. And they're all bent out of shape because if they have to work or anything like that. I've seen it. No, the taxpayers owe it to us. We don't owe you guys shit. When are you going to get that through your thick fucking skull? We don't owe you shit. Nobody owes you nothing. But unfortunately, I can keep going on this topic for quite some time, but I'm not going to because the more I talk about it, the more aggravated I get, as you can probably tell. So that's where we're going to draw the line there. Now, let's talk about some news for the show here. Okay. We have gone up to the 2 episodes a week. The second episode in the week is going to be the one that I do with Savagely Loud. I will be continuing to do an episode with Savagely Loud once a week, and that will be released on all my platforms the following Thursday. After he releases it, I will release it the next week. So we're gonna have a little week delay. So I will be promoting those episodes as well, so you guys can check it out early, but definitely make sure that you come back here to check it out here as well. Little self promotion, real quick. All right, so this is where. Oh no, it's not self promotion time. Whoa, what am I? I'm getting way ahead of myself here. So this next segment that I'm going to do, it's called Hammer of Hope, because with all the things I just talked about, it can be draining on your energy, on your body, on your soul. It's a lot to absorb and a lot to deal with. So I want to this segment, Hammer of Hope, is going to spotlight a hero. So we're going to bring some good, because there is still good out there in this world, and we need to shine the spotlight onto that as well, and to kind of lift us all up after a show like this. It just lifts. So this week, the hero that we are going to spotlight um, is a 17-year-old named Dalton Surby. Surby. This is from February 20th, 2015. It's over there on CBS News. So when a blizzard-like conditions struck Ohio, causing a number of crashes across the strait, one teenager went over and above to save a stranger's life. Dalton, a 17-year-old high school junior from Montpelier, in Northwest Ohio, is being called a hero after pulling a 73-year-old man to safety after a multi-car accident, despite having just been hit by a truck. Wow. This kid. Wow. Okay. So Sturbury had stopped his car behind an accident during whiteout conditions on Ohio 576. Dwayne Ward, 73, had been rear-ended by another car. Another car then struck Sturbury's in a second crash. Both Sturbury and Ward stepped out of their cars to check on the other drivers. Then a third crash, a black Ford Ranger struck one of the cars and then hit Sturbury and Ward, inflicting what McLean described as pretty serious injuries. Um, I was knocked to the ground and could not get out of the way, Ward later recalled. According to the Bryan Times, I couldn't move. I thought I was going to get run over. Ward had suffered a broken pelvis and tailbone. Surbury, it was later discovered, had fractured 3 vertebrae. Despite his injuries, Surbury sprang into action. This is what he had to say. I felt some pain when I stood up, he told the paper. Then I heard him scream and I started looking for him. He was in the opposite lane, and I thought, I can't let him stay there. Surbury apologized as he moved Ward, knowing he was in pain, but insisted I have to get you out of the road. Surbury laid Ward in a ditch by the side of the road, and then tried to make sure no one else was hurt. He said. Now, this gentleman, this 17-year-old at the time, deserves a lot. This right here shows that there's still good in this world, that there's still good in humanity. I mean, when a 17-year-old with fractured vertebrae, despite his injuries, like he saves a 73-year-old man's life, you don't see that very often. So, over here at Hammer Drops, we salute you. You did a wonderful thing. You saved a man's life while being seriously injured. Bravo, sir. Bravo. Now, folks, to end the show, we're going to do a little bit more self-promotion. So, again, this episode is going to be on all your favorite podcast platforms. You can visit us over at thehammerdrops.com. It's going to be there as well. You can go to our social media, heavily active on Instagram and Facebook. And in the bios, you'll see a link tree. Go ahead and click on that link tree, and it's going to take you to not only Apple, but Spotify and some other places that we are heavily active at as well. We are also over there on TikTok at the Hammer Drops. And coming soon, folks. I got another thing that's going to be coming. And it's going to be, if you want to learn more about Norse paganism, go visit me over on um, Instagram and on Facebook at, oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Ooh, I forgot the name. I just drew a blank, folks. This is what happens. This is my shit show. I completely drew a fucking blank. Where I was going with all this. That's right. For the Norse paganism and for Norse mythology, visit us at the Heathen Drops over there on Facebook and on Instagram. We're also available over there on TikTok as well, with the whole plethora of information regarding that stuff. Again, that is the Heathen Drops, and I apologize for kind of just having a brain fart there, but it is Sunday, it is in the afternoon, so I'm allowed. All right, folks. Don't forget to like, share, comment, leave the show a review. It's gonna help us break those algorithms. And until the next time, y'all be good to one another. We'll see you again on Tuesday.